For those of you who seem to like the tutorials, I wanted to go ahead and give you a little tutorial about the Internet Culture Project, where to find information here in Blackboard, how to go about putting it together, what are the important points, what are the things that you have to write completely on your own, what are the things that you have to copy and paste. So if you'll just follow me, you're in Blackboard, and if you'll scroll down to the big globe, and it should download as a PDF. It depends on what you're using. It may open up right there in your screen. For me, it's not, so I'm going to put it right here. I think you can see it pretty well. This is the current outline for what I'm expecting you to produce. You should have a Word document that you open, that you put a title page on with the name, your country. You should have a table of contents where it's listed all the things that are included in your Internet Culture Project resource guide, your electronic notebook. Then the third thing you should find and put together is the important information for teachers. This is not something you're going to find online. You're not going to do a Google search that says important information for teachers. What this is your understanding from what you've learned, from what you've read, from what you've seen. You've put together some pertinent information that would help you as a teacher if a student from this culture or this background came into your classroom. So you can see that's written there. So again, it's your synthesis. It's what you're figuring out, what you think is important. The fourth thing is a summary of what you've learned, essentially. But there are two specific things that you're writing about. This is in your own words as well. How the information you learned about the country or the group that you picked will directly and specifically affect your classroom teaching. Okay, and then secondarily, why in the world do you think we have this significant number of students here? That's almost equally as important. There may not be a right answer, but I want to see how much you've learned about what's going on in these host countries, what might drive people to be here, or maybe you even come across an article that says something. You might be lucky. Then the bulk of the project, the bulk of the Word document is going to be number 5, Roman number numeral 5. It's where you will be copying and pasting and citing information from the internet resources you've been tracking down. And prior to each of these copied and pasted sections, like one on government, one on education, one on climate, those are examples. You will write your own summary of what you learned, not about it in this website, on this website, there's information about the climate. That may be fine. I don't care about that. I want to hear a summary of what you learned about the climate. It's a tropical climate. They only have 2 seasons. There's a wet season. You need to demonstrate that you understood about the climate in the section that you're about to copy and paste. And there is a sample you can look at. I ask that you limit it to 50 pages, and some of you are probably falling over hearing that. But frankly, if it's copied and pasted, it's very easy to go way over that. So just try to keep it in that framework. Pick the best that you find. Pick the most relevant things that you find. Don't just copy 20 pages of a website because it says it's something about religion. Pick the most important parts. Then the next part is going to be number 6, is your material again. These are mini lessons. There's 7 mini lessons: math, science, social studies, language arts, PE or health, music, and art. You're going to use the Arkansas frameworks or the Common Core, because the Common Core has just started to be used this fall. But you're in a transition period, so if you can choose from either documents. The Common Core has a lot of the same things as the frameworks. And you're going to pick topics that you would have to teach regularly in a classroom and incorporate something about the country that you have been studying into a lesson that you would have to teach in the grade that you're saying you're teaching. So for example, if you want to do 2nd grade science, you're going to look at the science frameworks. You're going to find topics that are taught in 2nd grade science, and you will figure out a way to incorporate Laos, for example, into that science lesson, or Cambodia, or Saudi Arabia, or whatever country you chose. And then the final thing will be the annotated bibliography. Disregard those dates. This is a PDF file, and I didn't want to have to retype, so in any case, that is due this next week, is the annotated bibliography. Okay? I'm going to stop